Okay. Okay. Let me go. Let me go with you, Kyle. Hold up.
Peace
Is
to
it
the
on
family. Peace to the family.
Is it on yours? Okay.
Welcome to another episode of Cosmic Connections, Raw Conversations. Y'all know what time it is. This your boy C, and I'm tapping in tonight with my boy Rex Angel Kane, and we're gonna be chopping it up about the 8/8 Lionsgate portal. Sister Kai could not make it with us tonight, but I'm gonna hold it down for her. Y'all make sure that y'all go ahead and show her some love in the chat down there. You know what I mean? Say what's up to her. Send her, her flowers and her love for, you know what I mean, for constantly putting on every week. And tonight I want to talk about the 8/8 Lionsgate portal. It's a great time for expansion and revitalization. You know what I mean? For courage. Bring that courage and that fire up out of you. And it's a great time for luck as well. You know what I mean? To bring those manifestations in. So I wanted to chop it up, you know what I mean, with a Leo himself. You feel what I'm saying? And not only a Leo, but a Leo that specializes in Vedic astrology. So I want to kind of like break some things down and kind of break this paradigm between, the things that we see in the West and how it differs from things in the East, you know what I mean? But also have a sharp mind to help you tap into the energies before we even get to that point and recognize what you're looking at. You feel what I'm saying? So we're going to kind of like bust through the matrix and bust through this veil, but we're also going to, implement, some knowledge within the energies of it, because that's what it's all about and the spiritual aspects about it. You feel what I'm saying? But before we do that, we're going to hop into this intro real quick. Y'all stay tuned, stay tapped in. It's about to go down. What's up, Rex?
What's up with it now?
See, me, I'm just a firm believer in divine timing, and I affirm that every day. So what's for me is already working for me. I ain't gotta chase that, I ain't gotta rush that, it's already mine. I'm on my own time now.
You can't rush my greatness, I've been elevating daily on a mission for my people. All the love I've been receiving, got me oh so dedicated to uplift the world's vibration. This is affirmation of alignment with the highest. This the road less traveled. You don't have a say-so in how I move. You don't know my battles. Can't be on my boat with no paddle. How you talking down on the captain, but moving like cattle? Niggas try to play me, but that shit is funny. Get to know the new me. I've been getting money. I've been changing lives now. Conquer my depression, leveled up, and I'm alright now. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on with you, brother? And before we tap in, you know what I mean? I just want to give a breakdown to those who may not know what the 8/8 Lionsgate portal is. In tropical astrology, right? The 8/8 Lionsgate portal is when the constellation of Ceres is connecting with Jupiter and Mars in the sign of Leo, bringing that real fiery energy, which is a great time for manifestation. It's a great time to, bring that boldness out and bring that courage up out of you, you know what I mean? And to bring that into full fruition into life, you know what I mean? But in Vedic astrology, Rex, does this 8/8 Lionsgate portal have anything to do with these energies? Because I know, you speak on the degrees when it comes to Vedic astrology. I know you speak on the different dates and how some people may have been fooled by these dates in Vedic astrology, right?
Yeah.
But us here over in the West move by different dates and times, right? So I just want to kind of start off with a comparison of both between tropical and Vedic, so that way people can get a mind frame of this energy in its fullness.
Okay, well, so check this out. So essentially, for everybody who's new to me, so check this out. So when it comes to tropical astrology, which is where we live at, there's tropical astrology and there's Vedic astrology. Vedic astrology is more of an Eastern astrology, but remember, all of astrology so-called originated from Mesopotamia, which was from the East period, right? So you got to remember, I think it'll be better to use where it originated from versus what they came over here to the West and perverted and, you know what I'm talking about, recreated it as something new to be. So
Facts.
originally we have 12 zodiac signs, right? And so
Right.
check this out. We got 12 zodiac signs. And the sun, you know how when y'all be like, I'm a this sign, I'm a Scorpio, I'm a Leo, I'm a Pisces. So essentially, the reason that y'all call yourself that, or we call ourselves that, is because the sun goes through every zodiac sign for what, like 28 or what, 31 days or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to remember, it's 12 signs, right? So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's all in the circle, right? So the sun goes through each zodiac sign, which is making the month. Like Capricorn, that's the month of December. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you know, like Leo over here, that's like what? You know what I'm talking about? Like the end of, it's really over here. It's really July 23rd or whatever. Yes, but basically the sun, which we talking about now, the Lionsgate portal. That's one of the primary reasons this Lionsgate portal is so important. But originally, from the original Eastern system, right? Every zodiac sign is 30 degrees long, right? Tropical astrology, how we're measuring the Lionsgate portal over here, is 24 degrees off, because our system is 24 degrees off from the actual original 30-degree system. I'm gonna give you an example of what that look like. It's like we finna run track, right? Hey, everybody probably started at the finish line. So imagine we at the finish line and somebody else is almost halfway finished already, and they shoot the gun for everybody to start racing. So you see how tropical astrology is way more ahead of us based off of the seasons over here: summer, winter, spring, and fall, right? But it's not exactly astronomically correct, right? But see, Vedic astrology, or the Hindu astrology, or the Jyotish, that's another name for Vedic astrology. Jyotish is based off the astronomical location, like what exact measurements are the planets actually in, right? So Vedic astrology is always going to be way more accurate than tropical. So when we talk about this Lionsgate portal, the thing about it is it really the Lionsgate portal? I believe it is something, honestly. And I believe the Lionsgate portal does, you know, but think about it. Where does the Lionsgate portal come from? It comes from an Eastern tradition, ancient Kemet, right? That's what it say, right?
Yeah.
So we should stick more with the actual Eastern astrology, because they were probably measuring it off of the Eastern system, not the Western system. You see, because check this out. If the 888 portal, if it goes back to Kemet, right, then guess what that should mean? That means it predates Greek and Roman civilization, right? So we're going over here off of the Greco-Roman astrology, and you can trace the Greco-Roman astrology. The way they do everything over here is based off the book called the Tetrabiblos. Go look it up. The Tetrabiblos. That's where tropical astrology come from, and it comes from a Greco-Roman origins. And we all know ancient Kemet, they knew the Lionsgate portal, right? And they predate ancient Greco-Roman by thousands of years, right? So essentially, that Lionsgate portal probably really is for real, but I highly doubt it's going to work in the way that we think it, because we're going off tropical measurements. So is it an actual real event? Yes. Are we going off of inaccurate measurements? Also, yes. Because if that started from the East, and if astrology started from the East, and the Lionsgate portal was found from Eastern, we should be focused with that. You see what I'm saying?
Ooh, so I got a question, right?
Yeah.
So with that being said, because you just hit me with a bar, right? And that just made me think of a good question. So this whole time you telling me we have been fooled, right? Which makes me think that, okay, are they harvesting off our energies before this portal even happens so they can utilize it for their own perversion, like you said before? Damn.
See, the thing about it is, so let's talk about this. Energy siphoning, right?
Yeah.
Energy siphoning us, you gotta remember, see, in astrology, everything is magical, esoteric. See how when we read people's birth charts, I can't take you to the sun and show you why the sun do this. But when I tell you the sun do this in your birth chart, it do it in your birth chart. So there's this invisible layer that's always working, right? So if we can read this invisible layer, I'm pretty sure them niggas can use invisible energy for harvesting things, right? You see? So the thing about it is, all the shit we know over here is like half-assed, and that's just the raw truth, right? So on August 8th, there might be a certain frequency, but this is based off the constellation of Leo.
Like now, it's in the shadows. It's in the shadows, and they already know that. So people are doing these rituals and charging up their energy only for it to be harvested, rather than the time, the degree, and the date that it's supposed to be. Woo! That's a bar, bro.
Cause check this out. This how you know it's real, because check this out. On August 8th, that's when they say it's supposed to occur, or sometime. Listen, you can look, everybody, y'all can look up on y'all phone. Just type in like in Vedic astrology, when does the sun physically go into Leo? It's gonna say between August 15th and August 17th. Real talk. So that's, so we talking about the sun is here. So what if what's supposed to happen on the day they told us is only gonna happen then? You see how everything get confused over here? Because
and you make me think, right? Because every year they pushing the zodiac sign dates back more and more and more.
Exactly. It's like why? But you want to know something? But check this out. I'm gonna tell you why. Because remember, they started 24 degrees ahead. So each year it's like the gap is widening. You see what I'm saying? And now they trying to throw the 𝘓𝘗𝘃𝙴 of 13. So they just doing over here. They didn't colonize this whole astrology. I ain't gonna even stunt.
Right.
I ain't gonna even stunt. Yeah, it's so essentially. So, but when we talking about the Lions portal, let's talk about what it can really do, because you said that it's really about kind of like the sun and Mars coming together with the constellation of Sirius, right?
Yep, and
so,
Jupiter.
Yeah, okay,
and that was going to lead me to my next question. Like, how does that affect us in our daily lives as far as the Vedic astrology goes?
Yeah, okay. So when it comes to Vedic astrology, so now let's go over what the sun is. So the sun rules. So if we're looking at it from, we ain't gonna even think about tropical no more. We just gonna talk about what Lions portal gonna do off the planets, right?
Overall.
So basically, this is a cosmic aligning with the energy frequencies of Sun, Mars, and Jupiter. So let's talk about. So the sun rules Leo, Mars rules Scorpio, and it rules Aries. Jupiter rules Pisces, and it rules Sagittarius, right? So the sun rules the actual soul of everybody, right? The true inner being. It's like, you know what I'm saying? That's, remember, the sun is hot. Why you think that everybody has a certain temperature of 98 degrees, I believe, 97, 98 degrees?
98 point something, yeah.
But then when you die, the body get cold. Ain't that crazy? When you really think about it, that's because the soul, the animation, even on show, when you see a person get killed, the soul leave the body and shit. You see what I'm saying? It's an animation of something that has a very realistic, you know what I'm saying? You can see the body really get cold in real life. You see what I'm saying? So the sun rule the soul. So off top, we talking about the 8 number. So numerology, 8 means power. And guess what? It's ruled by Saturn. And Saturn rules discipline. So a lot of people that think they finna just manifest out the ass, no. You got to have some discipline. And since Saturn rules discipline, and this going off what the energies mean. Since 8 is ruled by Saturn, Saturn rules discipline. But it's Saturn is an enemy to the sun and Mars. So guess what? This can come up with conflicts between what the soul really wants to accomplish, which can be the reason why people chose to manifest more around this time, right? Because if we're looking at the number and the planetary alignment, you got Saturn and you got the soul. You got the soul, which is you, the energetic expression, the shit that powers your body. The sun naturally rules the 5th house in astrology, which is Leo, and the 5th house rules fun, creative endeavors, romance. But when you put Saturn next to there, it's like, why you think everybody take it so, it's like a serious event, right?
Yeah.
So Saturn is about manifesting, but he is about putting your foot down in order to receive your abundance correctly. So more people gonna take more business opportunities. Because think about it, this is abundance, right? But it's not just like a luck of the draw for everybody. It's about, like, right now for you. If you started trying to,
because I'm an 8, right? Because I'm an 8. My life path is right.
Yeah. So the Lions portal is a perfect time to like, however long it lasts. It's a perfect time for you to start trying to really, because you a Virgo soul too, capitalize and, you know what's about, getting your business off the ground, right? More advertisements, you know what's about, more promotion, because 8 is all about, you know what I'm talking about, like, it's 888. And 3 of numerology is ruled by the planet Jupiter. So it's 888. So you see 1, 2, 3, but you put 8 3 times in all them slots. This means like Jupiter rules expansion and 8 rules discipline. So this is expanded discipline for the actual soul to actually reach a certain potential, right? It's not always going to be easy though, but these are the perfect times for more opportunity. Now, when it comes to Mars, Mars is the planet of action and aggression. It rules Scorpio and it rules Aries. Aries is all about having like this dynamic action, right? So the sun and Mars love each other. Because you got to remember, the sun's the king, but Mars is the soldier. So your soul, no, it's like kind of more resonating with what it really wants. But when we add Mars into play, this is what actually pushes people to start doing the manifestations, because Mars through actions. That's why they like, oh my God, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. Around this time, people are consciously aware of getting more action oriented when it comes to bringing shit to life. You see what I'm saying? Because the sun also rules like a birthing process. It's the sun, it's the giver of life, right? The soul. Then you got Mars action, but now you got Jupiter. Jupiter is esoteric and spiritual wisdom, right? That's why it's so esoteric, and Jupiter is a planet of expansion. So now you got the soul, which is us, meeting Saturn 888, discipline, abundance, finance, wealth, stability, power. But the back planet's Jupiter, expanding this whole situation, which is why it's becoming a cosmic event. It's something in our country like, oh, maybe we need to focus on some shit like this. And then Mars, it's like, okay, now that we know about it, let's do something about it. That's the Mars aspect, right? So essentially, this is a time, if we want to look at it strictly from astrological, because that's what it said from Kemet and Egyptian astrology, this is the time for you to actually like kind of like plant the seed of growth for whatever type of abundance you're trying to manifest. This could be for love, romance, health, career, finance, anything you're trying to wheel in, because 888, especially if you're trying to capitalize off of it. Oh yeah, man, listen, you're gonna be on point in there for real. What's up with it, Kai?
Sister Kai came through. Look,
yes,
Rex is talking. Hey y'all. Rex is talking that talk so bad, Kai had to hop on here.
Yeah, hey, nah, for real. Hey,
Rex is talking that talk. Sister Kai had to come on. She was like, "Woo!"
That's what I say. And you got to remember another thing. Now let's talk about a more scary part, a more downside to the 888 portal. We're talking about Mars. See the negative aspects of them is really negative, because Mars is a planet of war, the sun is a planet of dominance, and Jupiter is also a general, which does what? Sends you to war and tell you how to win wars, right? So if one of the countries decide to go to war and they have this esoteric knowledge of it, they can be more prone to actually, you know what I'm talking about, getting a couple of points ahead in the motherfucking, you know what I'm talking about, Cold War if they haven't, right? This could be who finna manufacture the most weapons, because remember, evil people get to manifest on this portal too. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got to remember, pay attention to the news to see if tensions around that time, because remember, this is the sun, this ego. So around the time, whenever it's supposed to transit, let's see what country is talking about what the most. You're going to know who is affecting the most. So when the portal comes, because remember, 8 is Saturn, that's power, status, notoriety, reputation. Sun is ego. Mars is weaponry, and Jupiter is the mentality on how to go about it wisely to win. So we could see Putin make a speech. We could see Trump make another speech. We could probably see a new motherfucking law or bill pass. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's gonna be something that actually affects the collective.
So I got a question for you, brother. Right?
Okay.
Being as though, right, you're in that energy of Leo, right? Since you come from that energy, what can, you know, the signs, all of the signs as a collective expect, right? Because I'm a Virgo, so sometimes my energy may not resonate with the energy of Leo. You know what I mean? Some of the water signs may not resonate with that fire energy, right? So what can some of the individual signs, like just break down a few of them, maybe like a Virgo or Aquarius or a Gemini expect, you know, and what can the fire signs expect? Like, is there more energy more potent to the fire signs rather than the other signs? Break that down for us.
Okay, so now this one ties into your actual personal birth chart, right? So check this out. So essentially, everybody has a Leo placement, right? So like depending on whatever ascendant you are, you have Leo in one of the houses, 1 through 12, right? So check this out. Now, depending on when they say it's supposed to happen, if they say it's supposed to happen before August 15th, because you now know that's when Leo really started, right? So if it happened before August 15th, like they claim over here in the West, it's gonna be in Cancer season. You see what I'm saying? So you're gonna look for where Cancer is in your birth chart. But if it happens after August 15th, then you look for where Leo is in your birth chart. So let me tell you something. So like, let's go from the Vedic perspective. So if it's past August 15th, when the Lionsgate portal going on, you look to where Leo is in your birth chart, right? So that can mean this. Like, let's say, Vince, you got Leo in like the sixth house, right? Sixth house rules health and it rules the work environment, right? And it rules daily routines, right? So check this out. So when you got so let's say if you got the sun, Mars, and Jupiter coming together collectively in the actual house. Now, this could be the sixth house is the house of unavoidable karma and health, right? So you could either expect, you know what I'm talking about, somebody that's really, really extremely sick to either get worse or either get better, right? Because check this out, you have different planetary aspects. So you might have this event might be going on. What if in their natural birth chart, that house fucked up, period? Oh, it's going to get most fucked up. Because you got to remember,
So Empress just asked, so it's going to affect the house. So that's basically what you're saying. Whatever house you're in, when it comes around to Leo, you should look at that house and see, you know, what some of your strengths and weaknesses are.
Yeah. So essentially, what you just said. So study what the actual Lionsgate means itself, and look in your birth chart wherever Leo was at, the fifth house, ninth house, whatever. Research what that house is, right, and blend together what the cosmic portal would mean with that actual house. And then you're like, oh, okay, this. Then I noticed this, so I got a new car around this time, right? Oh shit, my daddy came back into my life around this time, right? And he was more spiritually elevated. You see what I'm saying? Because if you see what I'm saying, it can bring those. You said what?
No, I said absolutely.
Yeah, so it's going to affect every sign, but sometimes it might be in a smaller way. Sometimes it might be in a bit. It's really depending off of your ascendant. So it's going to affect all of us, but like the people that it's going to affect the most, if you're going off of Vedic, it's going to affect Leo people the most, Aquarius people the most, and the reason it's going to affect, you know what I'm talking about, Aquarius the most is because whenever, and this is a good lesson for everybody. Whatever planet you have in any sign in your birth chart, you got Sun in Leo. Your Sun is in Leo, but it's looking directly at the sign across from it. And the sign across from Leo is Aquarius, right? So you got to remember. So Leo was heavily about, you know what I'm talking about, like fun. You know what I'm talking about? It's also about education. It's about romance. It's also about like dominance and authority, right? But it's looking directly at Aquarius. So what could this mean? Aquarius is all about unique individuality. So while your Sun is in Leo receiving this like cocky or like, you know what I'm talking about, this kingly or queenly like energy, is looking at Aquarius, and Aquarius is bestowing what on it? This unique individualistic energy, right? So you could see Leo people could probably be more turned up than anything around it. I know I'm finna be turned up.
I already know, bro.
Yeah.
I already know. Hey, live vicariously for me, bro.
Nah, for real.
I was getting ready to actually ask you that, right? Because being as though we're in the Aquarian age, and I see you speak on the Aquarian age in your reels and in your lives, right? How do you think that this portal will affect us in this Aquarian age? Because that Aquarian age energy is heavy. Shit getting exposed. Motherfuckers getting dissed. Niggas crip walking on people careers. You seen the shit with Kendrick and Drake. So like shit going haywire, right? So you can feel the Leo energy coming through with that fire. So what does that mean in this Aquarian age right now with this portals that's supposed to be coming through? Is more shit gonna pop off? Or is we just gonna kind of like the shit gonna simmer down and we see an influx of people awakening, more manifestations in abundance? What do you think?
Well, I'm glad that's a really good question. I'm gonna give y'all a good detailed answer too. So we in the age of Aquarius. So we're really in the age of rebellion, monogamous relationships, cheating, poly, technology. You know what I'm saying? Like we in that age, right? But if we talking about from a Leo season perspective, they finna find new creative ways to rebel against, you know what I'm saying, social norms, right? That's why I was saying new laws can be implemented. Like shit is comfortable now. They can make a law where you got to have so and so to do this. You like, hold up, why we was doing good before that shit. Now, but we talking about people on the lower level again. It go back to their birth chart specifically, but you talking about collectively. So collectively, what we could actually experience is really just people, because Leo is really just about, you know what I'm talking about, like it's a very self-centered energy, right? So we can see people, you know what I'm so this is the time to focus on your business and nothing else, honestly. Or whatever you're trying to like bring to life. So we can see more people just really trying to like focus on them, because Leo ruled itself, like what makes, it's the summertime too. What's fun, what makes us happy, right? You see what I'm saying? So that's kind of what people are gonna really be focused on, is what really just makes them happy. And since the sun is Leo and we the age of Aquarius, it's gonna be more rebellious things. Real
And
shit.
I was getting ready to ask you that, right? Because in this time with all these wars going on in the Middle East, and all these wars between Ecuador and Mexico, this whole thing with Donald Trump, the gangs taking over in Haiti, tribe. I don't know if y'all really been keeping up with the world events. I was getting ready to ask you that. Do you feel like it's getting ready to be more violence? Do you think it's going to be more recklessness in this Leo energy? And if so, what can we do as far as decision wise, right, for the ones who's tapped in spiritually and move within that peace, love, and light to stay away, you know what I mean, from those overly reckless type energies, you know what I mean? Because of course we walk in love and light, but we are also warriors. But I feel like with this Leo energy, it's gonna bring that bullshit to us, right? So how do we react to that? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. So the best way to react to that, because especially it's the summertime too.
Right.
They finna act the fool. You
It's
see the
heating
little
up,
young,
right?
you see the little young dude already got killed, the little Julio dude.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I say, so you gotta remember, the best thing to do is you really gotta play smart, even outside this sport. You gotta go to, I would really stay away from like large crowds of like it really fucked up. Large crowds of like young adult black kids. Real shit.
Right.
Between like their early 20s, I would stay away, honestly.
Right.
Because
they turned up.
Huh?
They turned up, and spiritually, they don't even know what's going on.
They don't know. All they know is fun, fucking, and guns, and somebody. And you gotta remember, it's because this is Leo energy, right? It's the summertime. They already just started. They just started the motherfucking Lionsgate portal with killing him off already. I ain't saying they did it because they know it, but I'm saying how that energy goes, because you got to remember, Leo energy is also about drama as well. It rules the fifth house of dramatic art, like acting and shit. This, you got to remember this. So if you want to stay away from the actual energy, this is what I would say. You have to really avoid places that you know for sure are going to have that saturation, right? So put it like this. Anybody could get hurt anywhere, anytime, right? But going to areas where you know, like the probability is high, something could probably happen. That's like if me and you go to, if you be like, can't go to the club. I'm like, Crandall, we're not going to no hood club. We can go to a club. We go to a diverse club, right? Because anything can happen at a club, period, right? Shooting. But guess what? The hood clubs, death is more than likely to be at the door, right?
Because they focused on that.
Yeah, you see, exactly. You got to remember, you got to go to where the vibrations of people are a little bit higher. And guess what?
And I just said that today, boy.
Yeah, because
my bad. I didn't mean to cut your way.
I know you good. You good, because you got to remember that they need to understand, and that's going to be diversified areas, because that's what Aquarius energy rules too. Is diversity. Remember, it's the humanitarian. It's not about you matter, I matter. It's about we collectively matter, right? So you got to remember, and remember, it's the humanitarian. So whatever it's doing is going to be more safer. This is why diverse crowds are way more safer than, you know what I'm talking about, kind of like, you know what I'm talking about, when it's just too many people of the same cast jumbled together, real shit. You got to remember, like, you see how you put a lot of white people together, they'll start fighting about Jewish and Christian shit.
Right.
You put a lot of black people together, they gonna fight about anything.
Right.
If you put a melting pot of people like Houston, Texas, or Dallas, Texas together, like out here, you don't really see racism like that at all.
And you want to know what I get from that too? Now that you mention it, yeah, I feel like, you know, during this age and this portal right now, right? Being as though, like you said about the Julio situation and everything that's going on, it's like a lot of walk-ins are happening, right? So what I mean by that, to the family and the collective, right, spiritually, right, a lot of walk-ins are happening because it's summertime. You got the heat. You got the planetary system aligning with Leo in the Aquarian age, right? So that leaves people susceptible when they're overly indulging in substances, and they out here in the heat, and they getting irritated, and they out there on the block, and you got this younger generation who don't know nothing but murder. You feel what I'm saying? And now, you know what I mean, they more susceptible to murder because the Leo energy is fiery, it's courage, it's boldness. So now they got a battery in their back, right, that they normally wouldn't have. You see what I'm saying? And now they out here on the e-pills off these substances and things like that, which makes them more susceptible spiritually for somebody or these entities to walk through them without them subconsciously recognizing, because they don't have a spiritual essence of themselves. You feel what I'm saying? So outside of the astrological part, that's why I feel like it's going to be a lot of shenanigans. You feel what I'm saying? And a lot of bullshit going on. And I resonate with what you said by being in diverse places. And I just said that to somebody earlier, like, I'm not going to no trap nothing, no trap karaoke. I'm not
None
going
of
to
that
no
shit.
trap nothing. Because guess what? I know who I am. And I know how I resonate. In a minute somebody get out of line, Rex, you know how we, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so
now
avoid
I
that
gotta,
situation.
yeah, you got to be smart enough, family, to know that that is not my environment. That is not my situation. During this Leo 888 Lionsgate portal, I'm going to place myself out there in nature. I'm going to go ground and transmute all of that bullshit energy that they're bringing. I'm going to use that and alchemize that to fuel what? My business. To fuel what? My courage. To fuel what? My exercise. To fuel what? My mental. Let me go read a book instead of worrying about going outside and going to the club. You feel what I'm saying? Man, I resonated with that message right there, bro.
And you know something? I think you explained it perfectly with the astrology too, because guess what? Summertime is ruled by Cancer and Leo. That's emotions and passion. That's why the killings go up. You see what I'm saying? Summertime, because you remember, Cancer is the most emotionally unstable of all zodiac signs. It's ruled by the moon, waxing, waning, half, whole, crescent. You see what I'm saying? You got to remember. So and then you got Leo, which is ego and like fiery passion, emotions. That's why summer killings always go up all the time. Around Aries season and around summertime, killings go up, real talk. That's why in the winter, people be kind of more put up because it's ruled by Saturn, planet of restrictions and limitations. So the heat, and then remember, Cancer, remember, Leo rule drama and fun. So you got emotions, heat, drama and fun. Oh, no. No,
That's a bad concoction right there.
Like just like you said that trap. I ain't going to trap nothing no more. No, because you got to remember, especially when it's like certain planetary alignments, certain days is really a good day for you to get fucked up. That shit for real. Like I'm gonna tell you this now, in Vedic astrology, remember we got 27 nakshatras, and basically those are smaller zodiac signs inside the primary 12 zodiacs, right? You got 10 nakshatras out of 27 that is good days to kill, destroy, and get away with it. Real shit. You got good days.
So with that being said, right, like you said earlier, right, being as though it's different degrees, do you think that, you know, the ones over here in the West know that and they utilize that to their advantage?
I think the people in power really know how to use that shit. I think they just gave everybody else a watered down version. Right. You see, it's like because somebody was gonna tell people about astrology anyway, so they just said, okay, like, they gonna find it anyway. Let's just we don't need to know the real shit. Because if you look up Vedic astrology, you barely see any people really doing besides Indians. You might see a couple of white, maybe one or two black people doing it. You don't really. But tropical, everybody in the fucking world doing it. Asians, black, you see what I'm saying? It's like, let's give the mass the like watered down shit while we use the real shit. Because guess what? You know, Aleister Crowley, he was one of the most famous magicians, or like spiritual, esoteric people here, right? Over here in the West, right? That nigga, he said in one of his books, he learned a lot of his rituals and spells from the Hindus, which have Vedic astrology. You see what I'm saying? So even the people who are bringing like the Western influence, occultism, went over to the East, to the Vedic people, and learned a lot of shit.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, right? Because even, let's say, the Hitlers, right? Because if you think about the way that Hitler was so maniacal, but also in his occultism, he was really in control of shit, right? Yeah. And I always wonder, like, did astrology play a role in the way that he was doing things? Because he was always moving at the right time. If you notice, he was always moving at the right time, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Despite you know, the bullshit that he was doing towards certain people and the genocides that he was causing between people, if you look deep into the energy, it's like, damn, this nigga, he was like on point and on time with certain shit that we over here in the West could never even fathom, right?
Yeah, that's
so
true.
With that being said, do you feel like over here in the West that we are completely out of whack with the astrology, or do you feel like it's truth being told in these lies, or do you know what I mean? How do you feel about that being a Vedic astrologer?
Yeah, because when you read Vedic, because even when I read tropical, like the energy, astrology has an energy, you know what I'm saying, that overrides human intelligence, right? Because it's not purely just like physical about the planets moving, it's a more spiritual element too. Something that's like deep within us, right? So when it comes to like Vedic astrology, tropical, it's truth with lies on God. And that's why it's accurate, because you got to remember, out of 30 degrees, it is off by 24, but it's still 6 degrees of correctness inside of it. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, but see, it's more on some bullshit, but that little bit of truth, if you smart enough, you can make that little bit of truth seem big as fuck to a lot of people who don't know nothing. You see what I'm saying? So if a lot of people don't even know astrology for real, and you start hitting them with something that could be really said for anybody, like general, but you dress it up with fancy words, they're like, oh, fuck, yeah, I do that. You see what I'm saying? So it's like really, over here, lies mixed with truth. Because tropical astrology, don't get me, it still is accurate. It depends on the reader. But Vedic, that shit hit to a deep level. It goes like tropical astrology is like, you know, football field, 100 yards, right?
Right.
Tropical astrology is like 40 yards, right? Like the 40-yard dash, Vedic, the whole 100. So you see how both of them still accurate, but if you want real substance, you're gonna have to go to Vedic. But the reason why tropical works is because it's based off of seasonal influence. So while the planets may not be where they're supposed to be, we still are getting affected by these seasonal currents, right? And the season they self hold energetic frequencies, right? So with that being said, it's like because think about it, every Leo over here, you know, damn, I'm really a Cancer in Vedic, but I act just like a Leo. You see what I'm saying? Like Chief Keef a Leo, Lil Uzi Vert a Leo, Nipsey Hussle, Soulja Boy, the dude to play Aquaman. We all act like Leo, but we all not Leos because we're still under the influence. It's like we really Cancers, but we got the puppets. We're like puppets of the seasons. You see what I'm saying? Okay. It's like y'all niggas Cancers, really, but let's put y'all over here. Y'all gonna be born in the seasonal frame of Leo, right? So we still carry them Leoistic traits. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So this is more of a hallucination, which feel real versus what we really are. Yep.
So now that brings me to my next question, right?
Yep, Kai, you right, Kai. Yep.
Do you feel like, and this before we go to our break, and after this, we can take some questions from the audience. Sister Kai posted the link. If you would like to come on and ask a question, you could come on. But I wanted to ask you this, Rex. Yeah. Being as though you just said that, right? It kind of like took me down a little hole as to where I got to download. Do you think that tropical astrology just resonates within the matrix?
Boy, that's
you feel me?
That's some Pisces ass shit you just said. That's some Pisces shit. Because I'm like, damn. Because when you think about it, because it is correct, but maybe in a certain, like you said, like a certain, I actually kind of agree with that more. Honestly.
Right, because they say we living in a simulation, right? If they say we living in a holographic simulation, right, then you don't think that maybe the stars that we're looking at, maybe the way that we align things may be, like you said, off, right? So are we showing these characteristics within the matrix? And if so, then we still got some soul searching to do to find that real inner truth?
You know something? What you saying is like raising our head above water. You see what I'm saying? So essentially, I'm glad you said it. So in Vedic astrology, the ultimate goal is liberation, right? So we supposedly on this wheel of life and death called the samsara wheel, right? Which we die, we're born again, new vessel. We die, we're born again, new vessel, right? So Vedic astrology, ultimate goal is to liberate from this cycle of reincarnation and ascend to higher realms to experience oneness with the overall universe in different planes. Tropical astrology don't teach you none of that shit. Right. And that's, you see, it's like more Matrix, and Vedic is more about escaping this bitch, for real. So over here, it's more like constricted, but over there in Vedic, they is trying to teach you to really get like over here. We go by our sun signs. I'm a Leo, I'm a Virgo, but when I met KRS, he's one of the most famous Vedic astrologers alive. Yeah. First he had me, he said, what's your moon sign? They go by the mind. It's who you are, how you perceive things, your emotional, the inner, you know what I'm saying? That's who you really are. So over here is the sun, ego-based, like I said earlier, but in Vedic, it's really more of like the mind and like the true essence of what you are. So over here, I feel like our head is kind of underwater. But in Vedic, that's when you finally rise up and see, okay, I'm out of this cycle. This is what it really is. Yeah.
Facts. And that's why, you know, I really wanted to do this live because, brother, you got a sense of the Vedic astrology, right? And like how I feel is like to get through one gate, you gotta first surpass one gate, right? So I know you already experienced in the tropical to even unravel that, to tap into the Vedic. You feel what I'm saying? But we're going to tap in more on that once we get off of this break. Hey, family, get y'all questions ready, man, because I want to see some of our live viewers come in and ask my boy Rex some questions, man. Don't be quiet now. Stand up. This we in that Leo energy, Rex. We about to turn them up. Ain't that right, bro?
Exactly.
But we about to get to our sponsors, man. And when we get back, I want to see some of y'all, man. Y'all hop on this live. Click that link that Sister Kai has posted in the chat and come ask my boy Rex some questions. Ashe. Peace, family, peace to the gods and goddesses out there. This is C here with Eyes Open Clothing, where we specialize in metaphysical symbology in every piece of our clothing. And we also blending that with streetwear as well. Very comfortable, stylish for any occasion, but you still letting people know what you represent, that higher consciousness and that higher vibration. So tap in with us, family. Ashe.
Discover Connection to Ascension, your online metaphysical shop. We offer readings, spell work, Reiki energy healing, metaphysical products, handmade crystal jewelry, and annual retreats and parties. Visit us at connectiontoascension.com and elevate your spirit today. Ashe.
How you doing, my beautiful brothers and sisters? If you're looking for an all-natural brand, the Ancestor Hands is that brand for you. I invented this brand to give people like me a great product at a lesser price and made sure I kept all the harmful chemicals out of my products. Ancestor Hands is more than a brand, it's a movement. So leave those chemical brands alone and come home to Ancestor Hands.
Peace to the gods and goddesses, y'all. Join me June 29th for an exciting online event where you'll learn how to tap into your inner wisdom and trust your intuition like never before. With my expertise, I'll take you through practical steps to unlock your unique oracle abilities. Discover how to tune into your inner voice, interpret signs from the universe, and make decisions with confidence. Don't miss this opportunity to unleash your intuition and transform your life. Don't miss out on your opportunity to unlock your full potential with Ricky and his Mind Alignment Freedom Bundle, a transformative collection designed to help you elevate your consciousness and empower your mind. Now, this digital bundle includes 3 powerful books and an exclusive audiobook, all meticulously crafted to guide you on your journey towards spiritual and mental freedom. Link is in the description box. Don't miss out.
Come see us at Shabazz AI, where we specialize in spiritual and black cultural art of all styles, celebrating richness of faith and spirituality, cultural traditions, and the vibrant colors and powerful symbolism of our people. We work with clients from all spiritual paths and backgrounds to create the products they need for their businesses. But Shabazz AI is not just about art. We are UC Davis certified to create single web-page applications that will showcase your brand, product, or portfolio. And the best part is we are affordable and will always try to work with you in your budget. Whether you're an artist, entrepreneur, or small business owner, we have got your back and have got you covered. Go visit us at 𝘓𝘬𝑅.com and search Lucius AI. That is 𝘓𝘬𝑅.com, Lucius AI. Or DM your request to Lucius Shabazz or Shabazz AI on Facebook Messenger. Use the promo code CosmicAI24 for any and all discounts. I'll be looking for you.
Peace, family. Peace. We back. And we about to take some calls. We about to get some people in here, you know what I mean, that want to ask some questions for my brother Rex. Just give me a second as I'm trying to work out the kinks. But while I'm doing that, you know what I mean, I just want you to let the people know what can they do as far as preparation for this portal, brother.
Okay. So as far as preparation for this portal, since we're dealing with the sun, which is ego, identity, but also the soul's, like, you know what I'm saying, happiness and experience. We're dealing with Mars, actions, aggression, war. You know what I'm talking about? This could be a good time to actually, you know what I'm talking about, gain victory over your enemies through, damn, I want to know where the fuck Mars and Jupiter is. Shit. I wonder if they aspect the sun or if they enter with, I got look it up on. But essentially, Jupiter is going to be the most guiding factor in this, right? So you got to remember.
They in there, brother. They in there. They're all in conjunction. It's like an alignment.
Okay. Oh, well, yeah. That's a lot of shit going on right there.
Yeah. And you got the retrograde coming too.
That's a lot of. Is it Mercury retrograde?
And Jupiter.
Jupiter retrograde?
I believe so.
Jupiter retrograde. That could be bad for, like, if it's in Vedic, that could be bad. Depending on where it's at, some people can be having miscarriages and shit. Because Jupiter rules children in Vedic astrology. Right. So Jupiter going backwards, and if it's affected by a fucked up planet, yeah, for real. Like newborn babies and shit, yeah, shit for real. But essentially, what they could really be doing is using more wisdom, right, to actually win over your enemies. And wherever Leo or Cancer, see, I want them to look in, because over here it's gonna be from Cancer, but really in Vedic, it's not gonna really be in Leo. If it's if it's before August 15th, it's gonna be in Cancer. You know what I'm saying? So what they can look for, look at wherever Cancer is at in Vedic astrology and Leo. Just look at both of them, because Cancer is ruled by the moon, which is the mind. Leo is ruled by the heart, which is the actual soul. You see what I'm saying? So essentially, what they need to be doing is, like, it really depends on what house. Like, if your Leo is in the 7th house of relationships, if you and your partner have been having problems, y'all might need to get the fuck out of the house and actually talk to each other one-on-one. Y'all might need to build y'all relationship through fun activities. Like if you and a woman been arguing for the whole weekend shit, this is time for you to be like, baby, listen, come on, let's just put your clothes on, grab the kid, let's go watch a movie, let's go to the bounce house or some shit like that. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Because you gotta remember, abundance ain't just material. You want abundance of good energy, but you got to put work in, because 8 is ruled by Saturn. So essentially, just wherever Leo and Cancer is in your birth chart, just look for that area of life, honestly. And you'll be good.
Queen Victoria, ask your question in the chat, please, and I'll go ahead and read them off to Brother Rex. For anybody that's in the chat that want to ask a question, you could go ahead and post your question in the comments if the link is not working, and I will ask your question to Brother Rex. And Sister Kai got a question for you, Rex, and I think it's a very good question. Do you think it makes a difference if we follow Vedic astrology instead of tropical for these retrogrades?
Honestly, if you're not an actual, see me, because I know how to read both of them. I started in tropical for years, and then I've been studying Vedic for the past 2.5 years, right?
Right.
Close to 3 years. From my, you know what I'm saying, like, expertise, I would say just pay attention to Vedic on God. Just wipe it out. I know everybody going this way with tropical, but Vedic, that's that real sauce in that motherfucker, because you gotta remember, we got nakshatras, right? So check this out. It might be some shit going into Leo, right? So in tropical, but listen, in Vedic, you got 3 types of Leos, right? But in tropical, you got 3 types called the deacons, but it's some bullshit, kind of sort of. Tropical astrology, the first 13 degrees out of 30, which Leo rules, is Magha Nakshatra. That's about ancestral lineage, but it's a Ugra Nakshatra. Ugra means fierce. So that first 13 degrees, whenever the sun or moon is there, or Mars, the perfect time to go to war and beat all your enemies. Real shit. I swear to God. So you see how it get more detailed on like, oh fuck, like it's a perfect time to like go to an ancestral altar. Like in the first 13 degrees of Leo, like when y'all doing like y'all transit readings, like for Kai does like, I think Kai does like tarot or like transits, or something like that. Like if she was to go on live and be like, okay, so y'all, this planet is coming into this portion of Leo, which ruled not the whole Leo rule this portion of Leo rule this shit. So y'all could be getting visited from y'all ancestors at nighttime. That's the very thing. You know what I'm talking about? If it's in your third house, you could like fuck around and run into somebody to tell you something about your family member that's dead that you didn't know about. It's all type of shit that could go in, because that part of Leo rule like people who have died and already passed, right? They have left like certain lineages. See how more complex the actual reading get versus tropical. You know what I'm talking about?
And this is why I want the people to tap in and ask questions, right? Because family, if you want to get past that threshold, right, of these lies and deception, right, and I'm pretty sure within everybody can say that I have read my tropical chart, right, and I can say it's very vague, right? It's a lot of fluff. But when I went to Rex, he said, "Oh, you got this in your chart, so you got to watch for the people that's around you that's secretly your friend, but they really enemies." And I'm gonna tell you why. And the reason why is because you walk in your light, and when they see that light, they don't really like it. They want to be close to it, but they don't really like it. So they're gonna be secretly envious of you. And that shit has played out ever since Rex has read my Vedic chart, bro. I'm not lying. I'm about to go back to Rex for my D9 as far as careers and relationships. You know what I mean? I'm getting ready to come holler at you about that soon, because I want to take the time, family, to see how these things play out in my life. And when they started to play out, I said, damn, that's my brother on point right there. And from that point on, I said, oh, he ain't no game. Let me really follow this brother and see what's going on. You feel what I'm saying? I got somebody in the chat that want to tap in. Tap in with us, family. Peace to the goddess.
What's up with it now? Is that Hannah? What's up with it now, Hannah?
How y'all doing? My only question, it wasn't very specific, so I wanted to see if anybody else would ask, but I came in late, so I was wondering about the connection between the Lionsgate portal and the Kemet astrology.
The Lionsgate portal. See, now we're gonna get real deep with the Kemet astrology. The only reason I would say that you can't trust the Kemet astrology is not because it's wrong, it's because a lot of that shit over here has been colonized and washed to some whole. The only reason we trust Vedic is because when you go over there to India, they got all that shit stored up. You got to remember, in ancient Kemet, black people in Egypt now, black people don't even run Kemet. You see what I'm saying? So all the information that we getting is from the invaders. If we want to be honest, it's from the invaders.
That's the bar. That's the bar.
Yeah, that was. You got to remember. It's like. No, you said what?
I was saying because I really know you do have to go to like the older tablets, and back when it was really the hieroglyphs, the original ones where it was darker complected, really commit people. And I know that because my dad is from Egypt. He's from Cairo, so he's from the capital. And knowing that he grew up in a culture that is very like anti-black, you don't discuss black, you don't discuss white, but you praise white, you just can't talk about it when you come to America, is really. It just proves that they really dismiss everything that they came from and act like they don't want to know at all. So I know that's completely true.
And you see, and granted, in that now you see why I say we can't really trust Kemet astrology. Right. They don't even want to give praise to us who had it over there first. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, why would they tell us the real truth? You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta remember, that's like somebody breaking in your house and then telling everybody else like killing you. And then telling everybody else, this is how the house functions, this the bathroom. It's like, nigga, this ain't even your shit.
Right, because it's
They
been
ain't finna show
colonized
them.
now. Right.
You see what I'm saying? They ain't finna show them your hidden gun collection. You see what I'm saying? They ain't finna show you. They ain't finna show people what they really want. So when it comes to Kemet astrology, I'm not saying it's not. It's not. I'm just saying our people got taken over. So the original people who could have told us the truth are dead. You see what I'm saying? And I don't trust nobody who went and burned down the civilization. Now let's take it even further back, right? The Library of Alexandria. They said Alexander the Great or whoever came and burned down the whole library book. So Kemet shit keep getting destroyed. That's why I can't trust it fully. I can trust like it to an extent. It's not because I hate our people. It's because they keep destroying every. Black people don't even run Egypt now. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's like when it comes to believing about that, I'm like, no, because it don't have no certain. There's nowhere where you can go and type in your birthday for Kemet Egyptian birth chart details. No
Right.
D9 chart, no solar return based off of it. So it's like that's the only part. I believe we did have it, but if somebody come and kill you and take over, you got to remember your truth of what was there is now their truth on how they tell everybody else. So the Kemet astrology, I wouldn't even fuck with it, honestly.
When I came in, that's what y'all was talking about. Was you answering somebody else's question? Because I thought you was just stating something that you wanted to bring up in the discussion.
Oh, that Crandall, or you talking about me?
No, when I came in, you were talking about Kemet astrology.
Oh yeah. He had asked me about something about Kemet, and then you came and asked the actual question about it. So
Right.
I was like, okay, yeah. So the Kemet, essentially, when you talk about the Lions portal, because the Lions portal originates from Kemet, but it's just since it's like all the documents burned and gone, it's like we can't even trace nothing back. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Indian people still live all throughout India. They still got temples, monasteries with the actual deities from the actual birth chart that they worship. So it's like, okay, we can go, y'all people run this shit over here with the system. We can talk to y'all. You go to Egypt, try to get some real truth about us. Just like you said, they don't even fuck with black people. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to remember, black people was there and all them folk killed all the black people there. So that's why I'm like, can we really, I know it's our shit, but we can't trust that source no more. You see what I'm, it's like, it's
Talk
tainted.
that talk, King.
Huh?
Talk that talk, King.
Yeah, you see, once it's like it's water, but it's tainted, right? It's not drinkable. Because if they don't like us, then you gotta remember a lot of these. If go look up the first Egyptologists, it's the people that took up. Like if it ain't coming directly from our lineage, like Africa people still all throughout Africa, right? Even though Egypt or Kemet is in Africa, that portion we is non-existent in their whole. You see what I'm saying? So it's like they have already went in there and wrote what they think that this stuff mean, and then they scholarly with education, they come out here and indoctrinate us and tell us what they think it means. We probably got some of this shit mixed up, right? Really, you might have to tap in with somebody. I don't know how to really get back to them roots because it's been so many hundreds of years that it's gone now. So yeah, Kemet, yeah, not the astrology portion, honestly. So yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to questions get answered that can have more in-depth answers.
Huh? You said what? Oh well,
Well, we thank you, sister, for coming on. We thank you for tapping in with us. If anybody else got a question, go ahead and tap that link, man. Y'all need to ask these questions for real. Because the thing is, Rex, the thing is that kills me about our people, we'll believe what they tell us, but then we got somebody in our face that can actually break this thing down and tell us what's going on, and we act like we don't believe them. We act like they haven't, like, brother, I have seen you study time and time again, and as you're learning, you're giving it to the collective, right? But the collective act like, it's like rocket science to them. But you'll go in there and you'll read all the fluff. You know what I mean? You'll read all the fluff and believe the fluff, but when the brother really giving you knowledge, right, and the inner workings, right, that will help you tap into characteristics of yourself, not just the energy, but the characteristics of yourself emotionally and mentally. You have to do some research into that, right? And that's why I want people to come and ask their questions, because it's like, okay, right, if you have a shadow of a doubt in your mind, come and ask your question so that way my brother can give you this game. Sister Kai said, what's D9? Now, I remember my sis who's also an astrologer, was telling me to look into mine, but I never did, and I forgot. LOL.
Okay, so essentially what the D now this word now this is why a lot of people don't want to come to Vedic astrology. It's like it's really listen, the shit damn near like rocket science a little bit. I'm not gonna even it really is a little bit because check this out. This word's finna fuck y'all up. Your regular birth chart that everybody be talking about, that's called the D1 birth chart, right? The D1 birth chart is for all the immediate matters of your life, right? That's why we read from it, stuff's going on in your life right then and there, like right now. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the D9 chart, all the planets in your D1 chart, that everybody talk about, the D9 chart is the battery pack form, right? So this is how they explain it. The D1 chart is you. The D9 chart is putting a microscopic lens and looking it to you on like a spiritual cellular level, right? Like I'm gonna give you a prime example. Like my soul, right? In Vedic astrology, it's in Cancer, right? I'm about healing, nurturing, a motherly, fatherly type of energy, right? Protection, right? But the energy that's powering, that's giving my Cancer sun energy, and my D9 chart is Virgo. That's why I'm so detailed with the whole process. Even though I read charts, I'd be like, well, you got this right here, that go right there, aspect that. You know how I read charts. I read them just like, like point, like very detailed and analytical. And even when I pause, I'd be like, well, no, that don't mean that because I gotta go. It's like I'm doing math when I'm reading y'all birth charts, right? You see what I'm saying? So my soul to heal, right? You know what I'm talking about? Of Cancer, right? It's about healing and all that like motherly protectorship. But what is really initially like backing behind, if you like peel that outer layer off, you're like, oh, this is the Virgo shit. Oh, this nigga really on some healing shit. He detailed with it, he practical with it, he studied real shit, he got books on it. Think about it, even when I make my posts telling people about astrology, I be detailed about how they could look at something in their birth chart and what they could find and how they could find it. It's all detailed. So you see what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, it's extremely, you know what I'm talking about? But the final answer to the D9, I'm gonna give you this. Like you, Cram, you a Sagittarius moon, right?
Yeah.
But in your D9 chart, your moon could probably be in Aries, right? So you merge the Aries energy and the Sag energy together, and it come up with a different combination. So you're not just a Sagittarius moon. You have like this subcategorical energy. It's like a subset, right? Like you could be like a Sagittarius Pisces, right? Or you could be a Sagittarius Gemini, right? You see what I'm saying? So you really essentially putting both of those planets from your D1, D9 together. But the D9 chart is about marriage, and it's about the rewards that you gain later on in life. So yeah.
Okay, that's a bet. Thank you, Sister Victoria, for your next question. And I appreciate you for asking these questions. You know what I mean? For the people in the back, bring it on. Bring it on forward. Bring it on forward for my brother Rex. He's ready for you. You see how he's breaking it down. But she said, can you touch on how you find out what's best for each person to find in their chart? What should they focus on in relation to cleansing and inviting in? I want to be in the discussion, but my phone is really slow since I left, and I don't know how that'll go. It's okay, sister. I think you got the gist of what you're trying to say.
Yeah. So essentially, you said, so what energy should they focus on about cleansing, right? Well, that is specifically the cleansing. You know what? That's actually good energy, because cleansing can come in different forms, right? Sometimes you need to just get rid of somebody altogether, and that's a form of cleansing, because nothing you do while you have them in your presence or in your life will, you know what I'm talking about, alleviate certain symptoms of stress or ill or shit. And sometimes you got to, so removing shit is cleansing. So now, Dan, this is a little bit different. See, tropical astrology will make this shit so simple. Vedic astrology make it way more difficult, right? So let me tell you this. So each ascendant, you got 12 ascendants, you got 12 zodiac signs. The ascendant is what makes the whole birth chart with every sign in a certain house, right? So every ascendant has what you call an obstacle house, like a Bagesh house. I'm a Sagittarius ascendant, right? The obstacle house for me is the 7th house, right? You could probably be a Pisces. The obstacle house for you could probably be the 6th house, right? So in Vedic, it's way more complex. Like it depends on what ascendant you actually are. Tropical astrology say some shit like, oh, look at your 6th house, look at your 8th house. And it do make sense a little bit. But you got to remember, but that's so general. You see what I'm saying? It's everybody
Yeah.
looking at their 6th and 8th house. In Vedic, you can do the same, but if you got a different ascendant, your 8th house might be better than mine, or they 6th house might be worse than yours because
Right.
y'all different ascendants, right? So it's like that's why don't nobody really fuck with Vedic because it's like mathematics. You gotta like it's really like putting the puzzle together. No lie.
And people don't live in the world of like you said, mathematics, right? Even when it comes down to right with the Nation of Islam, right? Even to go into that aspect of it, they deal a lot within mathematics. So a lot of people don't gravitate towards that because it forces them to think, right? And
Yeah.
energy over here in the West, they'll fill you up with fluff to the point where it's like, oh, it's simple, I can get this. But in life, is life simple? Have your challenges in life been simple? Is the energy that you living in simple? You feel what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
you really have to think about that as well, family. And that leads me to my question that I want to ask you, right? When it comes to, you know, the energy that's coming in with this Leo energy, right? What signs do you think will actually resemble that luck? And what signs do you think will need some work in order to overcome? Because some signs will have some challenges when it comes to this portal. And you'll have a lot of signs that will, you know, manifest that abundance quickly and efficiently.
So in Vedic, I'm gonna say cancers, cancers and Capricorns. Yeah, cancers and Capricorns. And but in tropical, obviously Leo and Aquarius. Those gonna be the 2 signs, right? Because in Vedic, remember I was saying it's probably occurring in this Cancer season in Vedic, and the opposite of Cancer is Capricorn. You know what I'm talking about? So wherever planet is at in the birth chart, it's directly sending energy towards its opposite sign, right? So if Cancer people over here getting affected, which will be Leo people and tropical, so Leo tropical people, Cancer Vedic people, tropical Aquarius people, Capricorn Vedic people, them gonna be the 4 zodiac signs gonna be getting hit the hardest because this is where all the planets is like aligned in that little spectrum, right? So and who gonna get hit hard the worst? It
Please don't
depends
say
on like
Virgo.
yeah, Virgo,
Please don't
yeah,
say
hey,
Virgo.
that shit.
Because I'm a
But you,
Virgo and Vedic too.
and you want to know something, but you want to know. I was just finna say that before you ask that question. It's so complex that only Virgo people can get this. That's why what backs up my birth chart. Yes, you see how my D9 is. I'm a Virgo sun, and I'm a
Yeah.
Cancer sun over here, and you a Virgo. You see how you like this interest because it's more complex with more details. I fuck yeah. Virgo is like mathematics problems, so they don't want to do all that. Because guess what? The opposite of Virgo was Pisces, fantasy, imagination, dreams. They like, nigga, I do not want to hear all that. Just tell me I'm gonna get some money and I'm gonna get some niggas and some hoes, and that's it. I'm like, damn, but no. Look, like Kai, she said I'm a Virgo rising in Vedic. See how y'all got this shit done up all professional and shit. The analytics, you can add your all your social media accounts, everything. This Virgo shit. So when it comes to understanding complex systems, you and her would be more keen to like, well, that Vedic shit, I kind of like that. You know what I'm talking about? Because
Yeah.
it's more of a true systematic process that take real thinking to figure shit out. So yeah.
Facts. Facts. I feel that, bro. What signs do you feel like will struggle?
We'll struggle out of them 4 is out
Just
of
in
12.
general, out of all 12.
Out of all 12, well, I'm gonna tell you who gonna struggle but act like they ain't struggling. Aries gonna act like they ain't struggling. They, cause you remember they the warrior. They
Yeah.
gonna be in that hole, like everything okay, or some well, I don't, it depending on they certain birth charts, but overall, I think Aries gonna be trying to front in that hole. I ain't gonna start the Aries. Gemini gonna be doing the most.
Right.
Gemini always do the most. This could be a
Right.
wonderful time for Sagittarius, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's about expansion and freedom. She said, hold up. Can you explain what it means when Neptune conjuncture sun sign mind? Kai, I'm so glad you asked that shit, because listen.
I got that Kai firing off tonight. She trying to figure something out.
Hey, it's funny she asked that because I've been yesterday at work and the day before that at work, I had my headphones in. I've been listening to a podcast about Neptune and Uranus 24/7 from the Vedic perspective. So Kai, you said what does sun mean when you got Neptune? So now the sun is your actual soul, right? It's who you are. It's like your individual, it's the soul. But you got Neptune right there. Neptune, fantasy, dreams, and spirituality, right? So you got to remember, you essentially, your soul is infused with the qualities of the spiritual realm, meaning that here on this earth, you are going to be forced into a life of mysticism and magic. That's what's really going to happen because you got the planet of mysticism and magic sitting right next to your actual soul. So you got to remember, it's like the soul in here, but Neptune right there. So fantasy, whimsical things. Like you're going to be on some Harry Potter spiritual and ancestor type of shit, basically. That's just what it means. You said, but another thing, would you have Neptune there too? You got to watch out for like substance abuse, right? That's one thing I watch out because you got to remember, Neptune could be drugs, but it's fantasy. You see what I'm saying? So this could be taking you somewhere you don't want to go, but you ain't gonna know until you get there and realize this ain't what the fuck I want to do. And this could be intoxication of not just drugs, but alcohol. You know what I'm saying? And romance. Really be careful with the romance shit. Oh God, because
you want to know crazy though? Man, me and Sister Kai was having a conversation about those things earlier. You feel what I'm saying? That's how I know we all in alignment. You feel what I'm saying? But before I get to this question to Victoria, I want to give a shout out to my brother Brian Smith. My man, that's my good brother right there, Divine Masculine. He new to the channel, so I just wanted to give him a shout out. Peace to the God, you know what I mean? If you got a question you want to ask Brian, go ahead and shoot that joint for my brother Rex. But Victoria said, do Pisces moon all tend to fantasize about the future? Sorry, off-topic question, but feeling trapped in the house. I've been wondering why the F that's tenfold now.
Well, I'm a Pisces moon. Yes. You got to remember, our whole mind is about dreams and fantasy, right? So you got to remember, Pisces is about escapism. You see what I'm saying? Now, you got in Vedic, you should still be a Pisces. So it's 3 types of Pisces: Purvabhadrapada, Uttarabhadrapada, and Ravada. You see what I'm saying? So you got to understand. But like when it comes to dreaming about, I do all the time. I fantasize about escaping, especially. I have Uranus aspects. Well, that's another subject. But essentially, your question, yes, because Pisces rule escapism. You said you mad or wondering like why you trapped in the house. Yeah, Pisces ready to motherfucking remember it's ruled by Jupiter. Expansion, right? You gotta remember when you escaping something, you're expanding from confinement, right? So yeah, it's a dream about the future, of course.
But I want to ask you a question, right? And just to build off of what she said. During this 8/8 Lionsgate portal, right? Because in tropical, I'm a Pisces rising, and I find myself fantasizing a lot too. Could that be dangerous right now in this energy that we're in?
Overall, in general, I think this is a good time for like Pisces moon because you got to remember this is a true spiritual quality that's coming about, right? So when it comes to manifestation, if you really know, like you know what I'm talking about, kind of like because remember Jupiter is still with the Sun and Mars, right? And we know Jupiter is like the actual ruler of Pisces. So I would say around this time. Oh, that shit depends because because I
depends on where you at in your journey, right? Because like a lot of people fantasize on the wrong things, right? And that's why I was getting to with it, But if you fantasizing on the right things and you're trying to manifest and utilize the energy and alchemizing it and transmuting it in a positive way, it could be a great thing. But I feel like on a spiritual aspect, because Pisces is like that spiritual guru. Like you said, we have a lot of intuition, enlightenment, and things of that nature. But if we're too fantasizing on the outside world, like and comparing ourselves and being out there, you know what I mean, with the rest of the crowd, like you said earlier, I believe that could be a very, very dangerous thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, and you got to especially for like Pisces moons, because if this is happening over here in tropical, it's more likely going to be in Cancer. And remember, for Pisces moon, remember the moon rule Cancer. So for us, it could be detrimental to get too emotionally involved with certain things right now. That's something that it could really happen. You know what I'm talking about? I would say, but that'd be about it. You know what I'm saying? Watch out for getting into it like with your mom, and like with your dad too. Dad, male brothers,
Oh man,
and your gurus and teachers.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad
Yeah,
you said that. Because I be feeling some type of way about, my family members in certain situations. So I'm glad I'm taking a good route now, and I'm glad that I'm elevated in my thinking now to, perceive things a different way. You know what I mean, brother? And the way you be breaking it down, bro, it's like you so on point with it. It's like things that we was talking about earlier. I had a conversation about. It came right back in full circle. You feel what I'm saying? That's how I know, man. My boy, nice with it. That's why I said y'all gotta get these questions jumping, man. Constant tropical. They say Saturn is in Pisces right now too, I believe. What do you think about that?
Yeah, see, so it is over here, but Saturn is actually in Aquarius though. Embedded. Yeah, it's really in Aquarius. Yeah, it's in Aquarius. That's why all you finna be doing, you finna be says it's nothing but rebellistic shit. So we finna be seeing more new inventions come out too, real shit. Like new computers, new robots and shit like that, new more electric cars. Hell yeah. Because you gotta remember, Aquarius is all about revolutionizing the world, right? But in a more like technological advancement. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
What is that? Have you started your classes yet? I'm trying to tap in. Yeah, I get my classes, everything on my stories. For y'all who want more information from me, just go on my stories today. And every day I got ebooks, I got class, I got prices, I got free information that y'all can know. I got one paid for ebook and I got one free ebook, right? So y'all just come and tap in.
Okay. So outside of the Lionsgate, right? Just so the people know that this shit real and it ain't no game. I want you to break down a little bit of my birth chart, if you still have any recollection, right, of my birth chart and some aspects of that, just so people can have a sense of, look, my brother don't play. He ain't came here to play, and then we'll get back to the Lionsgate.
Okay. But how deep you want me to go? Because
man, go deep, bro. Hey, bro, go deep, bro. You know what I mean? I'm a reflection of everybody in the chat, bro. So you feel me? Go deep with it. You feel me?
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. That's why
I'm like, real Rex. That's right. Stretch them out. Go ahead, show him. Let's go ahead and show him, bro.
That's why I say, okay. So essentially, check this out. So I remember 3 of your placements: Pisces ascendant. Which automatically, so I know Pisces. Since I know you a Pisces ascendant, I know your whole life, the foundation. All you got to know is the person ascendant, because every single house falls in line. The zodiac signs are in the order. You a Pisces ascendant. Guess what? You got Aries inside the second house. So now let's talk about Pisces and Aries, your birth chart. Pisces ascendant. So your whole life path is revolving around Jupiterian tendencies. You know what I'm about, like miraculous events. You know what I'm talking about, spirituality, fantasy, whimsical things, kind of the stuff I was saying about Kai, right? But on another kind of bittersweet spectrum, isolation, right? Isolation from understanding that you are the one absorbing everybody's energetic field around you, and you can consistently see what's really going on to the point where it's overwhelming. And the thing about Pisces energy in and of itself, we don't want to get too aggressive with people off the rip. We'd rather have the escapist tendencies and just back the fuck off before we blow the fuck up, right? But essentially, with you being Pisces descendant, normally Pisces descendant people have problem with substance abuse, alcohol addiction. You got to remember where it could be weed addiction, any type of thing. It could be popping pills. So it could be anything to where you feel your body up. But Pisces is more liquidy intoxication, right? So this is kind of more about alcoholism, right? This could be a person who drink themselves under a table. You know what I'm saying?
That used to be me for sure.
Yeah, you see, and then, but with you being a Sagittarius moon, you have Sagittarius in the 10th house of authority, status, and CEO shit, right? But you got Sagittarius there, meaning that one of your long-term goals is essentially to become like a motherfucking free traveler, right? See what I'm saying?
That's facts, because that's what I'm working on now. Yep.
But since your moon, because remember the 10th house is like career, notoriety, profession. So when it comes to your actual business, that you have your eyes open business, remember Sagittarius is a spiritual teaching guru type of energy, right? So you got to remember. So anything that got to do with your career profession is going to have a stint of spirituality in it when it comes to sales prices, right? And Sagittarius is also about guruship. And remember when I was telling you about having certain kind of quotes on your actual brand, because since you have Sagittarius in the 10th house, all the clothes, everything that you sell needs to have some form of teaching on it, right? So quotes. when people look at the, you know, what's meant to quote, they get motivated, right? Because Jupiter rules Sag, and it's about positive optimism, right? So just wearing the shit, it's gonna look good, but then also just certain phrases that we remember people say, or movie catchphrases. That's how your shirts need to be. It need to be something memorable that hit the subconscious. You see what I'm saying? So now another thing which you have in Jupiter, because your Jupiter is also in Virgo too, and your sun's in Virgo. Having Jupiter inside of Virgo, you're gonna be more prone to really trying to help people learn how to mend the relationships when it comes between men and women, right? Because Virgo, yeah, because Virgo is the sign of like a fixer upper, right? And it rules healing and it rules unavoidable karma, right? So you got that shit going on in your 7th house of relationships with the actual partners that you're gonna attract in your life. I forget where your Mercury is at, but since you got Jupiter, which ruled Pisces your whole life, and then your mind, Jupiter, because it's Sag, you are Pisces body in life focus, but your mind is Sagittarius. Both of those are Jupiterian planets. Your Jupiter, what's controlling your life and your mind, is their Virgo energy. Virgo is what we call an Arthur energy. Arthur means like a money-making, financial-based energy for sustenance and stability long-term, right? So you got to remember, you can probably eventually end up going into partnership with one of your partners, but it's going to be a little bit hard because Jupiter doesn't like to be in Virgo, right? So you got to remember, when it comes to your financial business, do not count on a woman to save you fully. You might have to do most of the work. She can give you some leads, but it's really going to fall on you a little bit more. You see what I'm saying? But another thing we're having, Pisces, you a Pisces ascendant. It's crazy because you got the opposite shit. I'm a Sag ascendant. You a Pisces descendant. I'm a Pisces moon. You a Sag moon. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
So that's why our energy is going, you know what I'm talking about? So the thing about it is, another thing about you can find, you know what I'm talking about, like hidden meanings in everything that you do in life, right? So you got to remember, you're going to constantly go through a stage of like puzzle, like where your mind is drift off into this, like, you know what I'm talking about, fantasy realm of like, you know what I'm talking about, curiosity. I ain't saying like on no Harry Potter shit, but just really like this kind of more philosophical understanding of life.
Yeah.
The more you be alone, the more your philosophical nature gonna like rise. Question about life and death, why you here, reasoning, purpose, meaning is gonna be your focus. And the only way you're gonna find that shit is, you know what I'm talking about, through turmoil in relationships and traveling long distance, becoming a multicultural businessman. There you go.
You see what I'm saying, y'all? Yeah, you see what I'm saying, y'all? That man just broke me the fuck down in here. You feel what I'm saying? From problems that I've had in my past, right? And now that I'm glad I'm the person that I am now because I find balance and everything, right? But he's broken down so much, right? That tropical will not give you from your habits, from the way you think, from the way you perceive the world, from the way others perceive you. Do you hear me? Tap in with the brother, man. Kai said, random question. Okay, also my Venus in Scorpio. How do I benefit from it?
Man, your love life is in detriment. Oh God, because in my D9 chart, my Venus is in Scorpio as well, boy. God, you need to wear that's why you dress like that. So Venus in astrology rules are like dress style, right? You see what I'm saying? Like how we dress and shit. But it also rules our love style. A lot of people don't talk about this neither. Venus rules are liquid cash. You see what I'm saying? Like how much money you have in the actual bank, how much money you have on hand, right? So her Venus inside Scorpio automatically gonna make her want to, you know what I'm talking about, gain money from what? Either occult practices, underhanded practices, or, you know what I'm talking about, loopholes that go against, you know what I'm talking about, like certain ways the government say you can make money, right? Because Scorpio does rule government taxes. So I'm pretty sure Kai probably be fucking with the people to get more money on her tax return. Kai, you can answer that if you do. Kai, you can answer that if you do. I'm gonna tell me if you be doing that shit, cause that Venus in Scorpio, I swear to God. And the only way it won't do
not taxing Uncle Sam. She over there taxing Uncle Sam, bro.
That's why I say she trying to figure out how to get some more money. And then the thing about it is, you gotta remember, Venus in Scorpio, there's another reason why she said, I sure do. I already knew it. Yeah, that's why I say, I'm like, because you gotta remember, Scorpio in and of itself rules the natural 8th house of other people's resources and finances, right? And guess what? It also rules her spouse's finances. So she could fuck around and meet one of her partners. Kai, let me ask you something. Have you tried to help any one of your partner's family members get some money? Or you had to lend them some money? Please let me know if you have. And make sure you can keep up with the question for me, Crendale, because I'm trying to answer.
You.
I still want to get to everybody.
They got it said Taurus and Venus with a question mark. What does that mean for her?
Taurus, is it in Vedic or is it in tropical?
In Vedic or tropical, Cecilia.
That's why I want to see if it's in Vedic, because if that shit is in Vedic, that's a strong ass Venus.
Kai
She
said,
said
yes.
yes. Okay, so you have, because you gotta remember, so your Venus.
She said not anymore though. She ain't trying to go to jail, laughing my ass off.
Yeah. That's why I say, I'm telling you, that's why you see how astrology gets you right to the point.
Cecilia
You
said
see what I'm
Vedic.
saying? But she said, so whenever you have Taurus and Vedic, shit, Venus ruled Taurus off top, right? So you got to remember, so when you got Venus in its own sign in Taurus, Taurus is about stability and finances, right? So her whole business could be marked around, like centered around like beauty and like, you know what I'm talking about, like kind of like it's kind of like crafting things together with her hand and shit like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Beast with the crafting, yep.
But the one thing about it is when Venus goes into Taurus, because that's also finance. That means she's gonna be looking for a way, because Kai Venus in Scorpio and hers is in Taurus and they opposite signs, right? So that means both of them gonna be looking for financial stability that both of them looking for a systematic money approach that keeps them paid while they sleep. So they really on some entrepreneurial hustle to actually keep a systematic, amount of money just flowing, right? But when it comes to Venus and Taurus for like relationship and shit, that's gonna be a real stubborn, possessive like sign as well. Both of them can be Venus and Taurus, and what you got to remember. And then the thing about it is, it can also be hella aggressive.
Tell him, brother.
Yeah, you got to remember that shit for real. And you got to remember, it could also be hella aggressive too when it feels like security, and you know what I'm talking about, security and safety is threatened, right? Yeah. So you got to remember, this is a type of energy that understands that, like, she gonna understand that in order to get to her dream, she do need to be paid. She ain't gonna be a spiritual person that's just like, I'm winging shit. She gonna know, right. I gotta do something. You know what I'm saying? But having a Venus in Taurus, you gotta watch out. You gotta watch out for eating habits too. You gotta watch out for that. A lot of like sweets, honestly, like a lot of sweets. But you don't got Jupiter though. But still, just watch out.
Yep, she love her some sweets.
Yeah, you got watch. You got Venus and Taurus. But you got to remember, one of the primary things she gonna need to do, she's gonna really have to go to like a different restaurant like every week. She need to go be like a food taster, right? You see what I'm saying? Because Venus and Taurus rule the actual like mouth as well and teeth and shit
and the
as well.
palate.
So you got to remember, she could probably be focused on the way her smile look a lot too. You know what I'm saying? Right. She could probably be very self-conscious about like her teeth and like this whole region. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit get serious. You know what I'm saying? Or she said, what about Vedic Taurus rising? I mean, Scorpio, Venus responds in messages. You said, what about Taurus risings, Taurus rising? So essentially your whole life is going to be, you know what I'm talking about, based over, see, like Venus is going to make her financially automatically be, it's going to put her, she going to make sure she got her some money, right? But Taurus rules the second house of finances, but it rules the house of family and security, right? So one of the primary things Taurus is going to really be out from the ascendant perspective is about how to find security in this life, because you got to remember the 12th house of Taurus is Aries, right? It's the house of losses, right? So you got to remember, Taurus, it's kind of hard for y'all because y'all so fixed on, you know what's about things staying a certain way. But Aries, which ruled the natural first house of y'all self and body, is in the 12th house of losses. So one of y'all biggest oppositions y'all gonna have to learn is like really letting things go. Honestly, you can't hold on to stuff ever because Taurus is fixed earth, right? That's another thing with Venus and Taurus. Venus and Taurus also love really hard. Venus and Scorpio can love even harder and shit because it's emotionally connected. Venus and Scorpio.
I'm like, what my Venus in now?
That shit for real. That Venus shit for real. But having a Taurus rising, you got Leo inside the 4th house. So you got to remember, if you got a badly placed son, you can have a fucked up father on God, because Leo rule the 4th house of the mother, right? And you got to, in your 9th house too, your 9th house going to be Capricorn in that hoe. Woo, shit. Let me ask you something, Hannah. Is your dad in your life? Because I don't know where your Saturn, this is just a blind read. I don't know where your Saturn is at. But that's what I want to know. You said Venus and Scorpio. Are your Venus Scorpio in 2nd house, or you a Libra ascendant then? Where kind of you on the right track and shit. Wherever your Mars is at, that's where you need to be focused at. Wherever your Mars is at, that's where you need to be focused at. And Cecilia, wherever house your Venus is at, research what that house means. That's where you focus on putting your money in efforts towards. That's one way to get some money, because you got like 4 or 5 different sometimes 6 different ways to get money in your birth chart. Yeah. But that's why I say so. But when you got Venus inside the second house, though, Kyle, you got to remember this could also mean, you know what I'm talking about, like sudden transformations from family. This could also mean getting left out by somebody in your family and wanting for that shit to be together. But it just depends on where your Mars, because you could have a good Mars, which could cancel out everything I'm saying. But essentially, second house is ruled by Taurus. You got the opposite energy of Scorpio, which rule tower moments and crisis events, like in the tarot deck, ruling your house of family in there. You said, yeah, I can't stick to one thing. Yeah, why I say I'm like that Taurus shit. I'm like, you got to. You said, oh, yup. That's why I say like that family shit.
That got me thinking, bro. Where's Venus at in mind, bro? I'm gonna tap in what you see as you get out this live, because you got me thinking about like
that shit serious, yeah. Because you know Venus in a man birth chart, that's the type of women he gonna constantly get. But that's why I say. But see, this just blind. It's just me blind. Because you gotta remember, certain planets got aspects. Right. Do other different shit. This is just off top of the head type shit. But yeah, that's why I say, see, Vedic astrology is very real. See how everything I said, we go through all these events for real in real life. Facts. Yeah, what I'm saying. I'm like, yeah, that Vedic shit, that shit for real. Tropical, I would have said some whole other shit.
So closing out, with everything being said, right? Mm-hmm. How do you feel like people should move forward with the energy that's coming with this portal, whether in tropical or Vedic?
I think
like in comparison, pros and cons of both, and how they should move with this energy.
Well, since it's from the 8th, and that's about like, you know what I'm talking about, money and fight, I really think that they should be trying to work on a personal craft, like a side hustle to start making money. I ain't gonna even stunt.
Man, that wasn't even my last question. Damn, you be making me think of more questions. Okay. Yeah, so now that you said the 8, right, and Saturn, right?
Yeah.
With that being said, how is that gonna affect our karma?
Our karma?
Yeah, like as far as the 8s, how does that affect our karma, and collectively with Saturn being thrown in the mix?
Ooh, that's a kind of hard one with the numerology, because I know how Saturn is. Let me see.
Because I know Saturn rules karma, right?
Yeah, Saturn rules karma. It just depends. What I'm saying, like, depending on, because it's not going to affect everybody in the same way, because everybody got different birth charts. But I'm trying to think. I can't really answer that as far as like, because I know 8. I will tell you this. Whenever y'all see the same number 3 times, that's like you know how when somebody is behind you at nighttime and they like, if you going slow, they like flick their lights.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whenever you see a number, like the same number 3 times, it's like a wake-up call. You know what I'm talking about? It's like a wake-up message. So you got to remember, this is a wake-up karmic message, right? And since it's like between Leo, Jupiter, and Mars, and the sun and shit, that's about pure creativity, real shit. That's what I'm saying. Business, marketing, business, creative shit. Hell yeah, this is a new time to like start really, because Saturn's trying to make you manifest abundance. Because let me tell you something, but if you do shit recklessly, this is still 8 now. You ain't gonna pay. Yeah. Right. So you don't want to make the wrong business moves. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, Kai, you said your Mars is in Sagittarius. Your Mars is Sagittarius? Oh yeah, Kai, you want to travel? Yeah, all y'all just want to go travel. Young guy, your Mars in Sagittarius. Yeah, but you know what? Your Mars in Sagittarius, that means you can be a teacher too. On God. You could be a teacher too. Yeah, that's what they can. Y'all creepy can't.
Yeah.
Somebody was calling me. It bleeped out for a minute.
Yeah.
Hold on. But yeah, Mars in Sagittarius though. Mars is your actions and passions. So can't nobody really box you or trap you in. But the thing about it is your Venus in Scorpio. So your emotions gonna be, you one of those free ass women that love and shit. That shit too funny. Yeah, you gotta be careful with that kind. He said my Vedic Saturn in Sagittarius as well. You said it's Saturn. You said what that means. Your Vedic Saturn in Taurus. as well as Western. If your Saturn is inside of Taurus, shit, you might need to get you some class. Well, depending on what nakshatra is in, you might need if you do get you a car, if you want it to last longer, you might need an older model. You see what I'm saying, Victoria? Trust me on that. If you get you, oh my God, Lord have my Lord. Can y'all hear me? They keep calling me and shit. That's why I said I'm finna
we finna wrap it up.
Yeah, but and I'm gonna have to answer the rest of that probably tomorrow on my stories or something. But you can come on there and ask. You know what I'm talking about.
Before we wrap this up, where can they reach you at on all your platforms, bro?
TikTok Revelation Kane, Instagram Rex Kane with 2 N's. YouTube, I'm posting more YouTube shorts now. YouTube Rex Kane as well. And what else? Facebook Rex Kane and Kane Ultimate. And that's why I'm gonna be at 20. I'm finna make a Twitter too though.
That's a bet. And y'all know where to find me. You know what I mean? For all your eyes open merch. You know what I mean? Hey Rex, I'm gonna send you out a t-shirt, man. So make sure you send me your shipping information. This give anime vibes, and I know you rock with the anime vibes, with the yin and the yang and the eye. It give you that Naruto. You know what I mean? That Naruto Sasuke vibes to it. So
that bitch hard.
Send me your shipping info, bro, so I can send you some gear out. Big love and gratitude to the sister Kai. She could not be here, but she was tapped into the comments. We thank her for providing us with this amazing platform, for all of our amazing guests and all of our amazing, people that come on here and get interviewed. And we thank y'all. We love y'all so much. Peace.
All right, y'all.
What I'm saying is you can't rush my greatness. I've been elevating daily on a mission for my people. All the love I've been receiving, got me so dedicated to uplift the world's vibration.